Good morning, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now I'd like to welcome Dr. Griffith to the podium.
Thank you, Ahara. Thank you to the orchestra and Dr. Sobieski one more time. I'm not sure what the message is in the Game of Thrones, but I'm thinking about it. Thank you, Ahara, and welcome to this convocation investing ceremony, an important rite of passage in the Ranney Upper School. We especially welcome senior parents. We're here to observe this ritual and, of course, the great class of 2026 themselves. Moments like this remind us that traditions in independent schools like Ranney are not beloved relics of the past. They are essential practices that teach students to pause, to honor community, and to recognize that they are part of something greater than themselves. In a culture that emphasizes the individual and the immediate, traditions ground schools like Ranney in values that endure across generations. Traditions help students have a shared sense of history and purpose. This morning we celebrate our 102 seniors and the leadership we are confident they will show as a class of 2026. One of the largest classes in our history, we know they will do great things this year and in the years to come. A time-honored Ranney tradition, today we present special vests to our seniors that are symbolic of the privileges and responsibilities that are now invested in them as student leaders. As an early childhood through 12th grade school, these values are transmitted from student to student, from seniors all the way down to our early childhood students. When our seniors wear these vests, it is because they are people worth looking up to, people who make conscientious efforts to bring out the best in their fellow students. That is why we've asked the freshman class today to join us in Panther Hall so they can see the path ahead. To the seniors this morning, we hope this is the start of a great year for you. We want to work with you in partnership. We want to receive feedback and make improvements in the school. We want you to take care of this beautiful campus, including your classrooms, the senior lounge, gathering spaces, the whole campus. We want you to treat everyone on the campus with dignity and respect. We want you to enjoy the privileges you've earned, and we also want you to recognize the responsibility that comes with that. We want you to model for younger peers. We want you to represent Ranney well in athletic contests and other co-curricular opportunities. We ask you to be attentive to your own health and to the health of your peers. We live in community, and the vests are a reminder of that. They're also a sign and symbol of our diversity and our strength. You're individuals, but you all wear the same senior vests. We want you to work closely with the adults who are gathered here on stage and many others, Mr. Parker, Mr. DiGiovanni, Ms. Pongrak, Dr. Snyder, and the other members of the upper school administration faculty. They want nothing more than your success. You should see them along with your parents as resources. 65 years ago, our founder, Russell Ranney, decided to open a small school in his house in Rumson to provide a liberal arts education for competitive colleges. Since that time, the school has grown from a small ranch house in Rumson to a beautiful 65-acre campus, from a dozen students to 760. All of our programs have grown and flourished over that time, and that's the Ranney legacy that we celebrate today. We are very proud of this class, of you, and your accomplishments thus far. You've brought tremendous energy to the upper school, and as you start your senior year, we hope all of you will look at finding legacy and purpose, a theme that I know Mr. Parker will talk about as well. I hope you remain bonded as a class, and that the group that spent the retreat day down in Asbury Park on the beach will also be equally bonded when you come to graduate just a few miles from there at Monmouth University next spring. We want you to enjoy your senior year and the opportunities and challenges ahead. We hope that in small ways, this year will be transformative for you as you prepare for college and life beyond. Enjoy your vests, enjoy the celebration. We're proud of you. And now it's a pleasure to welcome Senior Class President Mark V. Hoppin.
Thank you, Dr. Griffith. Good morning. Good morning, parents. Good morning, teachers. Good morning, siblings. Good morning, grandparents. Welcome all. Class of 2026. Most of us remember the first time we saw that number. It felt like some distant future, something far away on the horizon. And yet, here we are today, at the beginning of our 2025 to 26 school year, our senior year. The vesting ceremony is special for two reasons. First, and most importantly, is that we don't have to wear F-Day dress on F-Day. It makes it a little bit easier. But more than a convenience, these vests are a symbol of the responsibilities we now have as seniors. A whole school looking up to us, watching us, and learning from us. It's the start of our legacy, a legacy that will live beyond this moment, beyond this year, and beyond these hallways. And it all begins today with the class of 2026 and us accepting these vests and everything they stand for. Leadership, responsibility, and the privilege of guiding those who come after us. To touch on my last point about leadership, I want to share a quick quote by the amazing John C. Maxwell. A leader is the one who knows the way, who goes the way, and who shows the way. I believe that's exactly what these vests challenge us to do. To know the way by understanding the values Randy has instilled in us. To go the way by living in those values every single day. And to show the way by leading with example, courage, and honesty for every student who will follow after us. So, class of 2026, let's wear these vests proudly. Not just a sign of where we are, but as a promise of the legacy we will leave behind and the people that we want to become. Congratulations, and let's get on with the vesting. Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Bailey? Dr. Schneider? I would now like to invite our grade level coordinator, Dr. Schneider, up to the podium.
All right. Okay, but why vests? I asked around and nobody really seemed to know. I get the significance of wearing something, some kind of uniform that marks you, all the great things that Mark just said, as leaders, as advocates, as top of the heap, etc. But why a vest? Is it to help you brave the frigid temperatures of the cafeteria? Is it to accustom you to the Midtown uniform of Wall Street finance bros? Blue Oxford shirt, tan slacks, Patagonia vest. I don't know if these are Patagonia, though. Was it just a slightly more casual choice than the typical prep school blazer? Something a little more fitting for our chilled out down the shore vibe? I have my answer, and it's maybe not the correct one, but it's the one that makes the most sense to me, and it does have to do with finance bros. No, I don't really believe we put you in vests to get you ready to work at BlackRock, but the word invest is relevant here and more than just an obvious pun. The original meaning of invest had nothing to do with money. Rather, as the word came to English from Latin, to invest meant literally to clothe, although with an additional metaphorical meaning, to give power. For the Romans and later for the medieval ecclesiastics, to be invested meant that one was granted the authority of an office, which was often signified by a special garment or piece of clothing. This is why you will often hear a variation of this word at weddings, right? When the officiant says, "By the powers vested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife." And that is what I think these vests signify, power. Class of 2026, you have been given power. It may not seem like you have much power, and please don't leave here assuming our parking rules no longer apply or that you can go around calling teachers by their first names. But I would like you to understand that this ceremony really does mark a significant and biblically awesome transformation that you have undergone. Let me try to explain. I arrived at Ranny the same year that the class of 2026 joined the upper school. When I got here, I was in my 30s. 3 years later, I'm still in my 30s. Sure, I've had a little more life experience, maybe done a little growth, a little development, but to be honest, I am more or less the same person I was 3 years ago. But you, class of 2026, whether you like it or not, have been changed, and changed utterly. In the 3 years since most of you sat in my freshman English class, struggling to read Shakespeare and making a mess of my wall decorations, you have lived nearly a fifth of your life. By year's end, it will be more like a quarter of your time on earth so far. And so much has already happened in this period. You've discovered passions and convictions, had little victories and big failures. Some of you already had to rethink your future. Some of you are close to achieving real dreams you have. Some of you have had your heart broken. Others are just discovering who you want to be. The 3 years you've spent here are already so fundamental in shaping the rest of your life. And yet this upcoming year will be more significant and exponentially more so. There's just something about senior year. Ask any adult over the age of 18. Throughout the coming days of your life, you will remember these 100-and-something days with a particular intensity. This year is time distilled, time condensed, time concentrated. It's the blue magic of life, the pure product, the stuff that will warm your heart or keep you up at night. And that's what I mean by power. Every day, hour, and moment of this coming year will be crucial in determining who you will be long after this year is gone. Not that any one particular thing you do this year will define your entire life, but everything you do this year matters a little bit more than you think. So when you wear this vest, remember that. You have been given power, not just by your school, but by time itself. And when you do something, whatever it may be, what you do matters, not just because you're representing your school or affecting those around you, but because you are actively molding the person you will become. This is heavy stuff, class of 2026, and I understand it's a lot to take on, but I am confident that you are up for the challenge. Thank you.
Before we get started with the vesting, I'd like to call up Mr. Daly to vest Dr. Schneider. Mr. Daly was the advisor to the class of 2025. Okay, seniors, why don't you stand up and start moving to the side. Ready? Okay, Mark V. Hoppin. Joshua Portnoy. Luke Greco. Brandon Maroney, Kaya Karp, O'Hara Kane Asatli. Mark, make sure their collars are fixed. Alexander Lennon, Sahil Gala, Mia Grossman. Fix their collars. Some of them may look a mess. Zara Ahmad, Ava Anzel, Sari Ashenoff. Jovanina Beltra, Catherine Bradley, Jonah Brustein. Gwendolyn Canzanier, Valentina Cariola, Nadia Chatter. DJ Chahan, George Dowrand, Hope Dorsey. Jack Fallon, Caitlin Fallon, Justin Gorshian. Luke Gamelik, Kaylee Godfrey, Marlena Gracia. Anna Haggerty, Sophia Hare, Lucy Hayden. Selma Hosian, Ryan Hunter, Noah Hines. Alessia Incognito, Chingyi Jin, Jameson Durofsky. Gavin Carlin, Brendan Kastner, Alana Kastner. Miles Ketchum, Yasmin Khan, Samson Landers. Jonathan Lobb, Lauren Lobb, Julia Larray. Yu Chung Lee, Andrew Lachlan, Edward Maggiorini. Nicholas Magnone, William Malik, Harris Marcus. Jason Meng, Cameron Miller, Quinlan Miller. Joshua Moyney, Riley Moyney, Kira Muar. Haley Mullen, Jake Nagy, Sean Nayar. Sophia Neff, Kylie Newton, Haruki Ota. Dylan Pagonis, Jacqueline Pohl, Kennedy Poser. Maeve Prazuti, Lawrence Royce, Jason Sikowski. Sana Sakir, Herbani Sangari, Kathleen Scott. Michael Sinello, T.N. Scher, Sasha Schinder. Zuyu Enshu, Kira Siddig, Gustavo Soriano Telcalero. Annabelle Sperano, Savannah Stemmerman, Jonathan Stubbs. Sherchwen Schwinn, Alexander Shermetta, John Shermetta. Mark Tellucci, Homing Tan, Brianna Tarantino. Eli Tolchin, Zuri Trika, Thomas Tropiano. Darren Toomey, Xinyu Wang, Lila Whiteneck. Gwyneth Wolschlager, Elizabeth Wood, Tyler Yang. Shingu Ye, Jacob Zemlinski, Daniel Zhang. Mingyu Zhang, Yurun Zheng, Anton Zolobov, Daniel Zimmerman.
Just the honor code. Seniors, please rise and recite the honor pledge with me. I'll start, you follow along. You have it on the sheet in front of you. We believe an atmosphere of mutual trust and respect fosters a positive and productive learning environment for every member of the community. As a member of this community, I pledge to uphold this trust through my behaviors and to treat all members of this community with respect and dignity. Thank you. You can be seated. I'll now invite Mr. Parker to the podium for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. DiGiovanni. Class of 2026. When you arrived in the upper school, another senior class sat where you sit now. They were the ones shaping the culture, setting the tone, leading the way. You may not have noticed it then, but they were leaving their fingerprints on the school you stepped into. And in ways large and small, you've been shaped by them ever since. Now, you are in their place. In the same way, what you do this year will become part of the backdrop for every student who follows. Your fingerprints will be on the experiences of those who come after you. It's your turn. And it is a rare turn. You only get one senior year. So, yes, start with yourselves. Make time to savor this year. Take in the friendships that have been years in the making, the laughter that happens in the margins, the opportunities that open up in the classroom and on the stage and on the field. As I've suggested at prior convocations, ask the adults in your life what they wish they'd done at your age and consider trying it yourself. But senior year isn't only about looking inward. It's also about widening the lens. What you do here, the way you show up for one another, the way you lead, shapes the community in real and lasting ways. The energy you bring, the kindness you show, the leadership you offer, those will shape the atmosphere others walk into long after you've gone. Consider the ninth graders in our audience. What do you wish you'd had, or what do you wish you'd heard when you were their age? How might you, or how might you help us give that to them? And all the while, I know the future is pressing in on you. You're already fielding familiar questions of senior year. Where are you applying? What's your top choice? What do you want to do? Those questions are natural, but they can't be the whole story. At Ranny, our mission points us toward a broader question. What will you contribute? In other words, how will you use what you're good at and what you care about to make a difference for the people around you? That's the question that outlasts a college decision. That's the question that carries you from this campus into every community you'll join. And it's a question you can start answering now in your classrooms, on your teams, in your friendships, in the way you lift up this school as our senior class. So, class of 2026, this is your year. Live it well. Lead it well. Contribute in ways that matter. And before you know it, we'll be on to the next rites of passage. The mob shot, the 100 days breakfast, the senior walk. Some of you have been here for 14 years already. Let's make these 8.5 months the best yet. Congratulations to you all. So that concludes the ceremony part of this. And what we're going to do, and if I get any of this wrong, Ms. Machiga is going to correct me. Are we going to process out first? We're going to, or Ms. Zavorik. Where's Ms. Zavorik? Can I get a wave? She's outside. So I'm going to look. But she said we were going to do it inside. So, but are the processing first or no? Okay.
Oh, wait. Outside.
Oh, we are going to do outside. Great. Thank you. The rain is going to allow us to do our photo outside. So we're going to have the processional out, at which point we're going to gather the seniors on the front steps of the upper school for their ceremonial photo. Parents, you're welcome to come out and join us for that moment. And we'll be having directions out there from Ms. Zavorik. It's really important that we let our photographer get the official photo, and then you'll have parent opportunities for your photos as well. So let's begin with the recessional music.
than the last 4 cold Decembers I recall. And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all. And I thank God every day for the girl He sent my way. But I know the things He gives me, He can